Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm back with another thoughts topic today, and the topic of today is this one. This topic right here, it just had me like going, like it really stimulated my mind for today. So let me go ahead and share what the topic is. So it says, life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forward. Like, if that was not a deep post, let me read it again. Life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forward. That one had me going because I'm like, what do they mean? What do you mean? It can only be understood backwards. I didn't understand it. I didn't know what it meant or what it was trying to say. And then I said, and I thought about it. I'm like, oh, so this is my take from it. It could be totally wrong. You might get a different take from it, but this is my take from that post. So my take was, life can only be understood backwards. So do you know how a lot of us don't do it? And I don't do it all the time, just when I get tired of learning the same lessons over and over again is when I do this. But I self-reflect and analyze my past. You know how some people say, leave the past in the past. Blah, blah, blah. The past is very important because you can self-reflect and go back and understand why whatever took place back then. And this post made me think about that because it's like life can only be understood backwards. So it literally takes you to go through whatever it is you went through, and then you are at a place where you are now, and then now you can look back and you can like, oh, so now I know why that happened. It didn't make sense then, but now you understand what happened. And let me think of an example of when I self-reflect. I'm like, oh, I have a good one. So I don't know if you, well, I'm a dental assistant, and I went to assisting school, and it took me 4 years, I believe, after I got done with assisting school to actually get a position, right? And so I've always done home health. So at the time I was at this agency, like a home health agency, and in this specific building, we had to write these little summaries of what the clients would do to build a state. And I used to be like, why do we have to do this? Like, this makes no sense. I don't understand it. Da, 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 da. Well, let's fast forward 4 years later, I end up finally getting a dental job, right? So in dental, you also have to note and chart what you do to each patient at each visit. So now I look back, I'm like, oh, so when I was doing that back at that job, you know, having to report and write down what the clients were doing, it was really preparing me for my dental job because I had to do the very same thing. And I didn't connect the two till like years later. I'm like, oh, that's why I had to, you know, get that job. And I was in because not all the buildings had to do it. It was the specific building I work in that we had to do that. We have to write down the summary and build a state and all this stuff. But that was a time where I can reflect and I think back, and now I understand. Sorry, my battery is blowing. So I understand what was taking place back then, and it all makes sense now. So that's what it means. Life can be understood backwards, but it must be lived forward. So you have to go through things to later look back and reflect and be able to understand why things went the way they did. And I have a lot of different instances that now come to mind that make me think about that. But that post really stimulated my mind because I'm like, what? You know, when I first read it, I'm like, life can only be understood backwards. Like, what? But it's true. So I hope you enjoyed this thoughts topic today. And I don't know if I said on my last video, but please feel free to comment and let me know what you thought of the thoughts my thoughts topic for today and what it made you think about. And if you agree, disagree, or whatever. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.